What's up guys? Long time no see. I've been offline for like 3 weeks I think. Well, apart from uploading the videos and watching a bunch of YouTube videos and being lazy, I haven't really done much on my Instagram and that kind of stuff. So I was a little offline for a little bit, which was nice. Got some time to edit. Haven't caught up yet. I'm still, basically last video that you saw was the last video that I edited. I'm a little, I don't know, procrastinating my edits lately, which is not good. Anyways, I'm here in my room, in my house. Little updates over the last 3 weeks. Not a whole lot has been happening. I have been doing some things. First of all, I'm learning how to code. With coding, I can do a job, maybe remotely, and that's what I want to do. And that's why I'm learning, right now I'm learning JavaScript, and I've already done a course on CSS and HTML, which are all, it's kind of like a web making language that you can learn to make websites with. So I'm trying that out for a little bit, and maybe I can get a job later and be able to work remote from wherever, because that's what I want basically. So that's why I'm doing that. Another thing I've been doing is I've been learning Russian, and it's like, why Russian? But the reason for that is I want to go to Belarus in part 2. It's not exactly on the route, but it's kind of, I could go to Minsk and then to Poland. Otherwise I'll have to use that little border thing that I already passed with a bus from Lithuania to Poland. But I would like to see Belarus, and you know, it's on the way kinda. But in order to get in, I heard you need to or be of one of the neighboring countries, which I'm not of, or you gotta have a friend living in Belarus that can invite you to come, or you gotta learn Russian. And you know, also just because, you know, not a whole lot of people speak English there, as well as in Poland. I think with Russian I can kind of have maybe a better conversation, maybe with older people. I don't know how it works there. But in Belarus I heard that most people speak Russian, so that's why I'm learning it. And a lot of other people speak it too, so maybe later it might be handy. But yeah, I don't know if that's gonna work out. If any of you is Belarusian and wants to invite me of some sort, oh my computer just went on, that will be great. I don't know how expensive a visa to Belarus might be, probably quite expensive, so I might not do it anyways if I do find someone, but the chance is not that big. But if you are from Belarus or you have Belarus citizenship, whatever, please contact me, пожалуйста, if you want. That would be nice. So yeah, I've been already making some new plans. Haven't been cycling a lot, and this is the reason why. I'll show you. I think it was this weekend, today is Tuesday, so this weekend, all of the snow and it's all white. It was even worse, like right now this has already melted, and it was like, it was almost a foot up. Like it was quite intense sometimes. Sometimes it was like a foot up or something, and yeah, so that's why my bike is in the shed. I do have a newspaper out every morning that I do with my crappy old bike, and yeah, that is not a success at all. It's like crazy because, you know, of the snow and that kind of stuff. So, but yeah, right now it's about 5 degrees above. In the next couple of days it should melt a little bit away, hopefully. Just on the streets, I just don't want it. It's awful. Luckily I didn't have any snow on the road, because that would have been bad. Yeah, for the rest the weather hasn't been good either. I don't really remember a day in the last 3 weeks that it didn't rain. It rained pretty much every day. On another note, some guys reached out to me, actually already when I was on the trip. They reached out to me, but they wanted to send me something, and I received that when I got home. And that's this little guy right here. This is a little action cam. It's a 4K Ultra HD Icon Text IT action cam, if you want to look it up. They sent this one for free. It's about 70 bucks. But I'm gonna make a video, and they said that they could give you guys a reduction on this little camera right here. And I think that will be in the next video, maybe already in this description, but I'm not sure. You can take a look if you want, but definitely in a future video of this camera where I explain everything, you know, how it works, if it's a good camera at all, and that kind of stuff. And I'm also making that video at the moment, so. But yeah, until now I'm really pleased with it. If you compare it to my GoPro, which was almost 4 times as expensive, you know, this one has a little back screen right there. This one does not, and that is really handy to have. as well. I mean, the specs are good. Video quality, I don't know. You gotta see it for yourself, I think, but if you compare it and the price difference, it's a pretty good camera, but I'll give you a more in-depth review with this camera. I tested it out a little bit when I did a snowball fight with my little brother, so you can see that footage, as well as some other footage from the past couple of weeks when I did something with it, I don't know. I did a few things here and there, but I haven't really done that much of production or anything, so. But that's still coming, so yeah, that's cool. And yeah, last thing guys, thank you so much for 1,000 subscribers. It's a milestone, it's amazing. I've never in my life had 1,000 subscribers. It is, wow. Thank you guys so much for subscribing. Great. I haven't really put too much thought in the channel lately. Maybe you've seen some mistakes and that kind of stuff, and I was often too lazy to pick them out. And sometimes I even just edited the video, rendered it, didn't look at the video as a total, you know, didn't just go play through it, which maybe like 10 minutes of effort to watch my own video and see if it's right, and just throw it on YouTube. So you guys sometimes got a little bit of a rough video cut. Sometimes, you know, the pictures were black, or also there were some times when my mom was with me. I noticed that when I'm with other people, I forget to videotape a lot. And it's so weird, but I don't know what it is. My mom didn't really feel uncomfortable with me filming, but it definitely was a little different because, you know, I speak a different language than we usually do. We usually speak Dutch, which I could have done, but I know that I have a lot of subscribers that do not speak Dutch. So yeah, I mean, her English is fine, very good actually. Maybe I can do an interview with her if you guys really want that. I didn't think of it at the time. She didn't really speak too much. And in the next video you won't even see her because she had to leave at like 8 o'clock in the morning to get to her flight back to Holland. But yeah, I don't know, I'm still a little awkward with videoing around other people, but I want to become less awkward with it, that's for sure. I want to be like, you know, screw it and just go for it, you know. Because I know that you guys are watching, and I know that you guys, you know, watch my videos, and it's amazing. So with all of that said, let's jump into the comments right now. I'm gonna do them on a chronological basis. So the most recent edit comments go first. This comment is from Tom Lexi on a little older video from Bergen. Enjoy watching your videos, but how you lock your bike and panniers when you go hiking? I think because this was the video when I did that hike up to Bergen, the viewpoint of Bergen, which was amazing, beautiful. At the time, I only had one pannier with me, and my groceries were in there. Like maybe 40 bucks worth of stuff in total, in that country of course. As well as some bike parts and that kind of stuff. And I remember that I think I only locked my bike, and I had a tiny little cable, or didn't I have that? No, I don't even think I had that at the time. I only used my lock, which was built into the bike, to put it under the wheel so no one could ride out with it, but they could just pick it up and carry it away. But Norway is one of the safest places to cycle ever, so I wasn't really worried, and I don't think there really was a reason to worry there. I think the safest countries are maybe Norway, Sweden, Finland, and Japan, probably. Yeah, and I think even in Japan you don't even have to lock your bike. You know, there are just no thieves, there's no criminality, or not of an extent that even Norway is at. You remember I had that chain lock at the start of the tour. I lost it somewhere in Sweden when I was wild camping, and I think I'm gonna buy the same particular model because that was a pretty good bike lock, and also certified with, you know, some ratings, that kind of stuff. And I think I'll use that when I go into Eastern Europe and Southern Europe, where it's a little bit more dangerous. I might also keep my little red lock. And then what I can do is, seen this before, the handles of the bike panniers, like where you pick them up on, you can also lock those together with a bike lock through them, and also maybe through the rack of your bicycle, and that way it's even more safe. I mean, thieves can get in everything. If they want it, they can get it. It's pretty much, yeah, maybe for yourself, a reassuring feeling, but I don't really think it helps that much to lock your bike with like 1,000 locks or something. I think 2, maybe 3 max is okay, and otherwise the locks has a counter effect on it, like it's too locked up and people will try to get it maybe, I don't know. My mom is very happy, by the way, with the comments that you guys wrote. I think she replied to a few of them. She really likes it, and also the comments that say that she looks like my older sister. they are very nice. Yeah. Hey, got a Hungarian fan, awesome. Boring by Miss Princess. That's your opinion, and if you think they are boring, then don't watch them. But yeah, this comment really doesn't help me, so if you want to help me, give some reasons why it's boring so I can improve, so you can be happy. Anyway, sorry for that rant. Alright, DesTK asks, you always seem to feel unsafe and camping in close proximity to people. Why? Better than wild animals, isn't it? And who knows if you need assistance in the dead of night. That's a pretty interesting one. Yeah, I don't know. I think camping in the wild for me is a little bit more peaceful. People can come to your tent as well. I don't know what is safer. I think if you have a lot of wild animals, then it's not safe either, but you know, a lot of people is also not very safe, especially in not a safe country. But I just don't like to camp near people when it's wild camping, because people can come to you, and I don't know, I don't feel too safe then. Or well, I feel safe, but I do not want to be disturbed. That's basically the thing. I do not want to be disturbed when I'm sleeping. And I tend to sleep better when I know that people cannot really find me or see me, or that I'm tucked away somewhere. I mean, if people look very closely, they can of course see me, and my bike is full of reflectors, so there is a way, of course, to go to my camp. But I never really had an encounter with someone during the night. I did have a deer encounter in Sweden when I was camping in a shelter. A deer in the middle of the night was attacked or something, but it was kind of, I first thought it was a dog barking, but it sounded a little weird. Bicycle Touring Pro had the same thing though, so that's quite interesting, and it was the exact same sound as he had. Oh, and by the way, the next video, I have this in-between day in Stockholm, Sweden. The ferry to Finland left the day after the next vlog, really early in the morning, like 6 o'clock, and this guy from the Airbnb had to go to the Philippines. He was going on a vacation, I remember, and I had to get out at like 8 o'clock in the morning or 9 o'clock ish. So I went out and I cycled to the city, and I sat at a coffee shop, that kind of stuff. I don't think I did too much else, but then in the evening I had to find a place to camp, and I went to 2 campsites. I mean, you'll see it in the vlog, but I'm talking about camping in close proximity to people. That was like in the middle of the city that I camped. I'm not gonna tell you where I camped because it was a pretty unique spot, to be honest. It did have water, it didn't have electricity, it wasn't a campsite. So that's a good, you can leave a guess down below if you know what it is. If you guess it, then you're really smart, or you happen to know me, or you happen to follow me on Instagram and Facebook. I think maybe I left it somewhere, because I did make some photos when I was there. Yeah, that's a good one. Where did I camp that night of the vlog? You'll see it in the next vlog, by the way. So, oh, sorry, DesTK, you have some questions that I didn't reply on from other videos. I'll do that in just a bit. Here he asks, is the gas canister safe for use with ordinary vehicle gas? I notice you have it pumped for pressure. Careful. Yeah, it is actually. For the camp stove, I do have to have a little, I have it actually, it's a small little thing for the place where the gas comes out of the stove, which is for fuel. Right now it's on the white gas setting. Then I have to do some little adjustments to the stove and to the canister, I think. Then I can also use regular gas. So if I were in Oslo that day and didn't find any white gas, then I could have set over to regular gas to do it. It makes the stove a little bit dirtier though, and you have to do a little bit more maintenance to it, because you know, gas is a little bit more dirty and has some additives to it. You have to get the gas that has the least amount of additives, so the cheapest one, they say always. But yeah, white gas is even cleaner than that. So and in Europe you can find it pretty much anywhere. I do actually have a chart of the names of white gas in other languages, because there is some misunderstanding of what white gas is in different languages, especially in Europe. So if you want that, then leave a comment down below and I will give it to you. Stuart Simpson asks, for Mr. Tice in your Q&A, what has been the worst and best moment, I think moment, of your trip so far, and what you go again in the snow and cold? Would you go again? I don't know. Maybe later, not in the next 5 years probably, maybe after that. I do actually, I don't know, but I have something with Svalbard and the North Cape. I want to go to those places, but I think I'll hold on to that when I baked enough. I do have a tiny little chance of snow and cold when I head back to Riga for part 2, because I'll be there at the end of March, and I've heard that there it can still be winter at that time, so that might be a little bit struggling. I do still plan to go there at the end of March, only if it's like snowy, like -10 and beyond. Then I might wait a little bit longer. I don't plan to skip the Baltics or the rest of the Baltics and Belarus, of course, if I can get in, because yeah, I want to make it the full circle, so I have to go to the exact same spot that I was when I went in the bus. No, that's not true, actually. No, but I do want to go back to Latvia and Lithuania. I've seen Lithuania like only in the dark and for a tiny little bit. I had dinner at a place and that was about it. Didn't really see much of the city because I had to go back to my bus to go to Warsaw. And in Warsaw I actually had a very great time with my Airbnb host. He was very nice. We went to a museum, and I also went to a museum of World War II after that one. That was fantastic. But yeah, those vlogs will still come. I've calculated right now, if I keep uploading every single day, except for this one, then I have to add a day, I'll be done by January 6th or 7th. Let's say January 5 to 10, I think, I hope. Then I'll be all caught up to today, or to that day then, 5th of January. And then you guys can still expect videos. I'm still gonna make videos for the next 2.5 months that I'll be home. I wanna make a little summary of every country that I've been to. Give a little summary about, you know, cycling there, the prices there, the beauty you can see, you know, the sights, the cities you can visit, things you can experience there, but kind of centered around bicycle touring. That's what I want to do. Kind of like a bicycle touring guide for each country, and then like a 10-minute video off of it. I think that's a pretty cool idea to do, and yeah, I'll do that. Oh yeah, and I forgot answering this question about the best and worst moment. There are lots of different moments. So all different shades, you know. You get like a nice moment with people, a nice natural moment. I think even each country had its own thing. I mean, Germany was the first time that I went to another country to cycle in, which was cool. Denmark had, of course, the natural beauty, the islands, and the people that I met at the campfire, which was amazing. Sweden was also nature, and of course the people that I could stay there for a weekend. That was amazing. That was absolutely awesome to do. Yeah, and also the people there. Norway was beyond measure for natural beauty. How did you guys actually like those videos when I met that guy in Stavanger? A little update on that, the business is down right now, basically. Yeah, I had to invest about $400+ in products from this company, and also like 150 minimum bucks of products every single month. And I had to be able to sell that, and these products are pretty overpriced for what they do. I mean, the quality is good, and I mean, there are people like this guy, I think, that can pull it off if they work hard enough. I might be able to do it too, but then I would bombard you with like, buy this stuff now because I need the money. And I really don't want to be that salesperson, whatever. Especially not on my YouTube channel. Of course I have this product, you know, this camera, but this camera is cool, you know. I really like that these people actually gave it to me for free to test it out and show it to you guys, so that's really cool. So Jojo, if you're listening, awesome, you're awesome. So yeah, I would answer that question with worst moments, of course, you know, the cold and the rain sometimes was really bad. I mean, I think the worst moment, no, actually not. I think I wanted to say the 2 days when it rained for the whole day, but I mean, at the end of the second day when it rained for the whole day, I had, you know, the girl who gave me free bread and a pretty okay camping place to camp. And I actually felt very positive at that time. I remember that very well. And of course the stars came out during the night, which was amazing. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe the other one, when it was raining for the whole day, that was pretty a down moment. But then I went to a campground where there was free electricity and free place to stay and free water and free warmth. So yeah, every bad moment has a good moment as well. So there are also some bad and good moments to come. Like some really bad and also really good moments. So stay tuned for the next videos, because there are some really good ones in there. Alright, another question from DesTK. I think he's rewatching all of my videos because he's left some comments on some of my older videos that I haven't reacted to. But I'll get to that. Anyways, he asks, why is there an alarm test monthly? Somebody do enlighten me, thanks. This is on, I think, the third video. Yeah, I think the third video when I was working on that kickstand in the Netherlands, and this alarm went off at 12 o'clock. It's every Monday, every first Monday of the month at 12 o'clock the sirens go. I've heard that they want to stop those sirens from now on, and then you get a notification on your phone if there is a disaster happening or anything. But it's just a test, and they say that the chance is very small that at 12 o'clock on Monday, the first month, a disaster could happen. But that's always like, I was also always thinking like, maybe what if they, you know, do something on that first Monday of the month at 12 o'clock, and everybody thinks there's nothing going on when the alarm goes up, but there's actually something going on. They'll be bad. So, but yeah, it's just a thing that they do here. They've done it pretty much all my life. So, ooh, another question from him. This was an update video number 1, I think, well, from Sweden. I'm just wondering what motivates you to just go off cycling and camping in far away places? Ooh, that's a good one. Ooh, I don't know. I think I've always been in traveling since I was a very young guy. This globe that I have right here, I think I got for my birthday when I became 6 or something. And I've always been interested in the world. Also, I think the World Championships of soccer or football was in 2006 when I was 6 years old. That's basically when it started, and I saw all these countries and I was like, wow, what are these countries, you know? And there was this like a sticker album. You could collect all these stickers from different players from different countries, and I was so interested in their flags and whatnot. Of course, they weren't all the countries of the world, but I think that sparked a little interest in different places, you know, around the world. And I also have this world map right here. And oh, my bed doesn't have it now. When I came back, my mom bought a new bed sheet cover with a world map on it, which was quite cool. But yeah, I think I was very curious. Curiosity, I think, motivates me. I'm curious what is around the corner and what I can discover in new places. And also, you know, for other people that have this superficial, or, you know, they have this bubble or their world is small, like, you know, some family members that I have, including, you know, my grandma. She was very worried about me, and she thought, because, you know, people nowadays, the news is so accessible to everyone, and the news always, you know, most of the time portrays some bad stuff. You know, the world is a fireplace. You know, there are these fires in California going on at the moment, and, you know, there's some people, the ISIS, you know, all that stuff. And, you know, some people then get this image of the world being a bad place. Now, I want to prove that wrong. That's kind of my mission to do, because I believe that we actually live in the safest time globally. Of course, there are these, you know, small little things that go on in this street or that, you know, neighborhood, but there are millions of neighborhoods, billions of people around the world that are living a peaceful life. And especially when I went to Estonia and Latvia, which were communist countries, they were occupied by the USSR for quite a bit of time, and the world at that time was split up, you know, the Cold War, that kind of stuff. And you know, right now you see the world is unified, you know, the UN, that kind of stuff. And of course there are still these things that come from the past, but I think that 99% of the people on this planet want, you know, they do everything to make this world a better place. And of course there are these like maybe 0.001% of the people that does not want that. They want power or money or whatever for themselves, and those guys get the attention, and it kind of ruins it for everybody else. But also for the people, you know, that listen to that attention, that pick it up, and they think that the whole world is bad, but it's not true. And yeah, I think the only way to see the goodness of other people is to travel, basically, not listen to the news only. Of course, you know, listening to the news is good, but not only that. Also try to, you know, be open-minded to other things around the world. And yeah, that's why I travel, basically. That's what motivates me. Alright, I'll do one more because this thing is going way too long and I still have to edit this, and editing, I don't know why, but editing has not been my great thing at the moment. Alright, this one from Ian Westley. Hi Tice, we're really enjoying the channel. Could you let us know which apps you have found most useful? Route planning, navigation and others. Cheers. Yeah, I'll go through them right now, I think. First of all, of course, the normal apps that I use, Google Maps, I mostly use for small distances. You know, when I'm in the city and I want to find a grocery store, I use Google Maps to navigate me to the grocery store, you know, that kind of stuff. Also, one that I absolutely love is Google Weather. Now, right now you can see it's raining, as always here. Type in whatever location. Actually, this one is quite funny. This is the place that I went to in Norway when it was snowing already when I came in. That was after the 3 big hills. It was called Geilo in Norway. I was there for a night. That's my first Airbnb experience. If you want to know the temperature right now at this moment, right there. Yikes, minus 17 degrees. Woo! I do not want to be there at this moment. That is cold. I've actually cycled through 3 new climate zones. One is of course the, how would you call it? The sea climate, you know, the climate here, you know, wet, not too cold, not too warm. Then the high mountain climate, high elevation climate, that was in Norway of course, where it can get really cold. And also the borealic climate. I don't know, but there's this climate chart, maybe it's only in Holland, I don't know about that, but that's like the climate where the summers are hot. Usually in recent time it changed a little bit, but it used to be like hot, like really hot in the summer and really cold in the winter. It's kind of like Siberia, you know, that kind of climate zone. Anyway, for this other apps that I use Google Drive sometimes when I have some photos that I want to transfer from my phone to my computer or the other way around. Google Translate, don't really use that too often, but I have it. Google AdSense is the app that I use for my YouTube revenue, and actually already received 100 euros. Thank you guys again so much for, yeah, I think watching my videos, which received me some revenue, which is amazing. Of course, the social media apps I use very frequently, as well as if you are a YouTuber, YouTube Studio is a very good app where you can see your analytics. Comments, it's the app that I just use to look at my comments. It's a little bit easier on that. I don't know if this app is also available in other countries. It's called Buienalarm. No, I think, no, Buien is a Dutch word anyway. Anyways, never mind. It's a Dutch app called Buienalarm, and it's for, I think, only when you're in the Netherlands. I've used it in Germany though. In Germany it was still working, but in Sweden it wasn't anymore. And it basically shows you a chart of rain right now. So this is a little bit more to the minute or to the hour, where you can see like right now it's dry, seems right, and it's gonna rain in just a bit again, which sucks. But yeah, in a country like Holland, that's very useful to have. Like this morning I had to do newspapers and it's starting to hail. Ugh, it was awful. Other apps that I use. Alright, let's do some navigation apps now. I've talked about this like in pretty much every update video. Locus Map, amazing app. Offline maps you can download. You can download open source maps on openandromaps.org. Really nice website. You can download also bicycle maps where you can have normal maps with bicycle routes on it. The other app is Komoot. I use that when I have long distances to go and there's no routes around. I use that in Sweden. I wanted the fastest cyclable route to Stockholm. Don't use Google Maps for longer routes than going to a supermarket, because it will at some point send you in a road like this. It did that in Germany and it was awful. Luckily there was a way around it, but it was quite a way around it, I believe, but it was awful. It was just... I've also downloaded maps.me and Ride with the GPS, but I'm not using them at the moment. I do want to learn how to use them, but I don't know why. Maps.me I think is about the same as Komoot or Locus, I think combined, and it takes up quite a bit of space to also download those maps, and Komoot and Locus are enough for me right now. Ride with GPS is an app that you can make your routes with, or the routes that you rode, and paste them together. I still want to do that with my European bike tour part 1 route. Like, I've got daily legs that is recorded to a GPX file, but I want to stitch them together. I don't know how I'm gonna do that, but that would be very nice. But there are often like gaps in there, or one starts in Sweden, the other one starts in Finland after ferry, you know, that kind of stuff. So I don't really know how I'm gonna do that. I think that's about it for cycling navigation. Yeah, what else do I use? Of course, I've got the couchsurfing, warm showers, and Airbnb apps, which are, I think, basically indispensable for when you're traveling on a budget, of course. And then I also have the shelter app still, which is the app for Denmark. When you want a free place to camp, you can camp everywhere for free in Denmark, but there are certain places. The shelter app is a very, very good help for that. Just shows you the map of Denmark. You also have yourself on there as a blue dot, and there are these orange, I think they're portrayed like orange. Like, if they're portrayed like the orange bunk thing, then it's just mostly just a plain piece of grass that you can stay at. But if you have like a little more sophisticated kind of icon, that is also the icon of shelter itself. So yeah, it kind of looks like a shelter. Then there's a shelter. And I've had that once in Denmark. It was amazing. I had the whole place to myself. 2 shelters, electricity, water. There was a toilet, but it was closed. Yeah, and all for free. Like, Denmark is amazing. I think Denmark is one of the best countries to cycle through, honestly. It's amazing. Roads are not busy. Copenhagen is a beautiful city. Cycle lanes everywhere in Copenhagen. And only outside of Copenhagen is actually not that much. I think north of Copenhagen is actually pretty good. When I went to Helsingør, throughout Sweden, I had a cycling lane pretty much all the way. But to the south, when I came from Germany to Denmark, there was a little shoulder sometimes, but I mean, it's one of the most sparsely populated areas of Denmark anyway. So for that's another weather app that I sometimes use is AccuWeather. Also works just like Google Weather, maybe a little bit more options you have there. For us, I of course have the DJI Go 4 app that I use for my drone. I also have the Aurora app. Actually, there was one night in Finland, the video is still to come, when the auroras were over my head. I actually thought it was a cloud in the sky, but it moved a little bit, but I never videotaped it. That's just right at the time when I went to bed, the moon was out. And to the north, actually, it was to the north, I saw a little bit of green. I thought it was a cloud, actually. I looked at it for a little, I remember I looked at it for a little bit and I was like, what is that? Is that like the northern lights? And I couldn't believe it. I was like, nah, probably not. And I went to bed. And the day after, my dad actually contacted me and he was like, there were northern lights as south as Estonia or something. He had like an article, news article of northern lights in Tartu, which is a town in Estonia where actually I didn't cycle to, but it was quite a bit more south than I was at the time. So I was like, shit darn it, it probably was the northern lights then, but it didn't really, would I say that I've seen them? No, it wasn't really. It was also, I think it was behind the cloud cover. It was maybe portraying through a little bit, but it was partly clouded at that day, so If I maybe looked a little bit more, I might have been able to see them. But yeah, now I'm probably too late. There are some occasions when they come this low, but I've never seen them myself, so. Another reason to come back to Scandinavia and maybe see Svalbard and North Cap and Northern Lights, of course. I think the last app that I want to name is the Strava app. You can follow me on Strava if you haven't already. You can make a Strava account if you're a cyclist and you have maybe a Garmin device, or even there are also apps on your phone that can turn your phone into a GPS device that can also track you. I think Komoot has a function for that as well, where it can save your route, so it can also track you and save your routes to a GPX file, which is the file that stores your route. And you can publish those files on Strava, and that's what I did with my routes. So you can follow me, I have a profile there, and you can see the routes that I rode basically every single day. I had this route, or not every single day, but I think the number of the route corresponds with the vlog number. So I've already updated it until Latvia, so you can actually see where I rode on the days that, you know, those vlogs will still come out, of course, but you can see that. You can check that out if you want to. Anyways, that's about it for this video. Hope you liked it. It's probably a very long one. I didn't know exactly, maybe half an hour long. I'm sorry for that. If you sat through all of it, good job on you. Like, thank you so much for watching. It's amazing to do this. I haven't been that active over the past couple of days, but I want to get back to it. I want to edit again, edit some good videos, do some good work, and yeah, make this channel a good thing. I also want to open a Patreon page where you might be able to donate if you want to. I don't want to push you guys to donate or anything, but if you want to be part of my tour in some way or another, or want to help me on my tour, you can always do that by donating there. If I'm able to set it up, I haven't done anything on that right now, but I might set it up over the next couple of weeks, probably. Yeah, stay tuned for the review of this camera. And also, of course, the other vlogs that will come out tomorrow will be another vlog, which will be in Stockholm, Sweden, and a few months earlier than this one. So anyways, guys, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Please like the video if you liked it. Please leave a comment down below. Please subscribe if you haven't already. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.